edition of Tiger TV Live Member Edition. And today we probably have arguably one of Upwey's greatest players in Shane Cross. Obviously been a long time coming, this interview, and a lot of people have been waiting for it, so we'll get straight into it. First of all, welcome Shane.
Thanks, Boothie.
We'll get right to it. Now, you started your juniors at Fentry Gully, I believe.
Yep.
Being a Fentry Gully boy. And I presume you started under 12s and right through?
Under 16s.
Under 16s? Oh, okay, so you started that late.
That's all I had.
Oh, fair enough.
So me and Craig Blythe used to go down and fill in for his brother and my neighbour who were in the under 16s, and they never had enough, so me and Blythe used to go down and basically fill.
Oh, okay. Right, so and then from there you progressed through to the top age under 16s and
Yep.
got the taste for it. And
Yep.
sort of, oh, well.
Yeah, under 14s come in, I think, next year or year after.
Okay, so basically after Fentry Gully, where'd you go do after that?
Cracked it at Fentry Gully, getting dropped as a young fella, then went to Bluebirds and played with Alan Bailey and was president then, and got us over there, and we were lucky enough to win a flag there in A reserve. So yeah, it was good move.
All right. So, what got you across to Upwey?
Bluebirds to Ringwood, and then good mate of mine, Craig Blythe, was at Hawthorn East Melbourne at the time, and he discussed with us about coming up to play cricket back in the Gully comp, and yeah, Upwey was where we went.
Right. So, can you remember your first game?
At Upwey?
Yeah.
No. Wouldn't have a clue.
Fair enough. So you, now your first, you've won nine first 11 bowling averages, which was an outstanding effort. Your first one in '87, which was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
And your last one in '04. So in between that time, when do you think you might have been at your peak? Or when you were feeling good about yourself?
Probably when I got fit, much to Hector's lament. Yeah, Hector come up as captain coach, and cricket was a bit of a back burner at that stage, and wasn't really had enough, and decided to get fit. And it just so happened that the year before Gracie come was the year I got fit, and I was just ready to go when Gracie turned up. So it's good timing.
So yeah, well, it's obviously one of the best bowling combinations that's been seen in the comp, you know, and yeah, a lot of it goes down in history. The Grace Cross combination, which was yeah, unfortunately I had to face it somewhere along the line too.
But otherwise you just have trouble getting you out.
Old and worn out by the time I got in.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Time worn out.
Yeah, I don't know why, but we always had trouble with you for some reason. No one else seemed to.
So, yeah, one thing that I've always noticed with yourself, and obviously later on down the track playing with you, very much a big game player, I've noticed. Now, there's your semi-final, you've taken, 4 for 7, right? And then a grand final, 7 for 40.
Yeah.
And then the last grand final there at 8 for 18. Like, yeah, those figures are just unheard of, especially in a grand final.
You've missed a sixer there too, Beef, in one grand final. So.
Sorry, mate. Those are obviously all first 11 things. Now, Howie tells me the story, I think it was the Roval game where they were, I think you were defending, 130 odd, something like that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they were only 3 down.
Yeah, 150, I think. We got to a good start and then fell in a hole. And yeah, they were 3 down. They knocked off most of the runs before the end of the first night.
So then, obviously, coming back the next day, Howie tells me the story that you basically walk up to him and said, "Oh well, well, basically we'll knock them over tonight. We'll knock them over today. So get ready for it. And so does it? How do I explain? So do you just get in that frame of mind where you just go, no, this is it, and just focus that much that you're just away and racing? Because they're pretty impressive figures for a grand final.
Yeah, no, Slee's always captain confident, so he's always up and about, and yeah, we had nothing to lose, to be honest.
Yeah,
we just needed to get, I think his name was Evans, I think.
Yeah, Paul Evans,
yeah,
yes,
we knew if we could get him out early, which we're lucky enough to do, we had a chance, so yeah, it worked out well.
So did you find you step up a yard or two, or you just get that focus? Or do you feel like you bowl quicker when you're the challenge is there, more or less?
Just do your best, I suppose, and it's either your day or it's not. And I think Gracie took 7 for 13 or something that day to win the game.
Yeah, well, it was a pretty awesome effort, depending, when you look at the amount of runs you were defending. And it was, I think I've seen the last bit of that grand final, and it
helps a lot when you've got pressure at both ends, and Gracie was obviously that.
Yeah, well, true, it does help. But, what did I say? Like I always remember the grand final we played in, obviously a bit later on in the years, and I always tell the story to the guys that, oh gee, I can only get 6 overs out of Crossy during the year, and similar sort of thing, we come grand final. I know you're a bit dirty on Hilton Park, but throwing their quick in there, and you basically said,
that's the game that Belgrave got knocked out in now the semi, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah. And they basically said to me, just give me the ball, and I couldn't get the ball out of your hands. I think you bowled 12 on the trot, where the best I could get out of you was about 4 during the year, and you just more or less just roll. I think you took 7 for, if I remember right, 7 for 20 odd. And I think we had about 8 down there, and by then you just remember the ball, go, yeah, well, I'm done now. If these blokes can't get the rest of them there, we might as well give up. So, and that was probably where I thought, yeah, well, this guy is just unbelievable. I would have, obviously I didn't get to see you when you were in your heyday back in the early, but it just showed me like just how much your confidence and the way you go, that it's just, you walk through mountains. So now your highest score.
Yeah, why are we talking about that?
Oh, I'm just curious.
63 not out.
63. Okay, all right.
Stranded again.
Wow, geez, I was actually I thought it was 78, but there you go, 63.
I'll take 78.
So obviously we're talking about first 11.
Yeah.
So now I must ask you these stories. We'll start off first with the Paul McCarrick incident with the when it's been hit to him, and he's obviously absolutely splashed it, hit him in the head and split his nose, and he's mopped up a bit of the blood.
Yeah.
Now, is it true that you actually dropped to catch the, and you've actually said to him, no, let him bleed. It's just.
Yeah, it was a grand final, Betty. So yeah, we're.
And now, was it true the following over that you ended up splashing your catch, and
could have.
And Snoop walked past and said, funny game of cricket.
Yeah, the Karma bus or something like that got mentioned, I think, yeah.
And there's also the one where there was a certain wicket keeper that you were getting a little bit frustrated with, and actually said, I think Howie was your captain at the time, and actually turned around to Howie and said, I've had enough, tell them to take their gloves and pads off, get on the fence, I'm quite happy to give them one.
That's possible, that could have been said. Look, fielding is, I'm very hard on people with fielding because you might not be the best batter or bowler, but fielding's definitely something you can work on.
Yep.
And that keeper involved could have been, he was a very good keeper, could have been great keeper if he had to put the work in. But
so basically the frustration.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yep. So with your time all those grand finals you played in and the games you did, which game probably stands out the most? Obviously the Rover one, the Rover grand final was
probably the
fantastic.
first grand final down at Scoresby when we beat Upper Gully, because we've been so close for many years, and we've had good sides through the journey, and we always managed to find a way of losing them.
Yeah, right.
And then
Yeah.
to finally win one, it makes you appreciate it a lot more.
So, and then a bit of a roll after that, obviously. With the,
Yeah.
So it was a pretty good period for Upwey back then.
Yep.
That's
some very good sides.
five flags in a row, or not the 5 flags in a row, but
Yeah, I think you guys stiffed us for one in the middle.
but the 5 in 6 years or whatever
Yeah.
it was. That's I think that's a very big era back then for Upwey. There was it was. Well, I remember playing against these guys. I thought, geez, what a sight! It was just a very just.
We had a
sort,
very good
so.
core,
Mm.
and then from over the 6 years, we just have someone leave, and then someone else would jump in the spot and do a good job, and it's a very good balanced side.
So just another question I've got for you. When you're on song and bowling well, new batsman comes out, can you actually sense how they are or how they're feeling, or?
Oh, that's something you pick up as you get older. Like when you're young, it's all about being as quick and fast as you can. But as you get older, you start to work out batsmen a bit more. So you can sort of pick up pretty quickly where their favourite shots are, and you try and take that away from them.
Yeah.
And make them play where you want to bowl.
Yeah.
And then so it's a lot to do with reading.
Because I definitely know that day that that grand final I played with you, that your opening bat, even his partner said, he just didn't want to be there facing you at the time. And I thought, oh, geez, that's pretty average for an opening bat. So.
Yeah, he was on his way pretty quick.
One of this is one of the greatest things you've ever taught me in cricket. I swear by it, and I think it's just a marvel. You being a smoker like myself, always have that problem when you go out to bat and blokes rifle your bag and everything like that.
Yep.
And this is one of the greatest things you ever taught me. Stick them in your pocket, walk out and give them to the umpire.
Correct?
Yep, I live by that, and since I've done that, it's amazing.
It's always good to come back and have some left in your pack, really.
Exactly. So no, that was one of the greatest things you ever told me.
We'll pass it on to the umpire.
Yeah, we're a dying breed at the moment. There's not many of us around anymore.
No.
Now, obviously, with your life, like the things you've done around the club and everything, your premiership reunions, you obviously organise them constantly, which is great for the club. And I find with the younger kids and what have you with the club, but they get to see all these guys that they probably wouldn't see if you didn't organise these premiership reunions. I think they're a great idea. But
Yeah, we've had a good run with them, and not just the first 11. We try and get as many of the lower grade flags in, recognise those, and it's good for people to be able to put a face to names they see on honour boards and stuff. So
yeah. Well, I know you had a vets one there as well. So I think it's great that you can actually see these players and know where they are. Yeah.
Well, there's not much point winning flags if you're not going to celebrate them down the track. You may as well not win them. I think that's a great part of it, that you win with a bunch of guys, and it doesn't matter how long down the track. We've had one, I think 30-year one last year, and catch up after 30 years, and it's the same as when you were still playing with them.
So no, it's I think it's a great concept you brought to the club by doing that and being pretty adamant that getting all that sort of stuff organised, because I know of other clubs that they just don't worry about it, they let the players organise themselves, but you've been very good with that sort of thing.
Very important, I think.
So and I think you're pretty fortunate that Upwey have got so many flags that you can have a couple of reunions each year, which kind of comes in handy. So, like I say, I believe you're probably one of the greatest players that have played in this comp. I'm sorry for giving you a big head or whatever, but Yeah, and obviously playing with your team firsthand, I just think it's amazing when you walk out in the ground and you have a Shane Cross in this side. You seem to walk out there 10 foot taller, bulletproof when you're walking out in the field. It's just fantastic effort what you've done for this club, and I'm sure that everyone in this club just appreciates you, and that's why we're doing this, because you're one of our great life members. So.
Yeah, thanks for that, Booth.
So
Very nice of you.
thanks for your time and doing this quick interview with us, and hopefully we'll see you around the traps a bit more. And
Yes, I'm playing. I'll be watching.
so yeah, I might be joining you on the balcony these days. But
It's a good spot.
So yeah, well, very tempted. So no, thank you, Shane, and I really appreciate it. And well done.
All right, thanks,
Cheers.
Boothie.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.